Alright, so we got another gameplay video today. Here we go in the Platinum Rank Challenge. Our opponent's going first. Looks like they're playing Aromas, which is a deck I haven't seen since I played Duel Links. We have a pretty solid hand. We are a little concerned about this if it's some sort of negation, so we're going to start with a swap frog, see if we can find any ashes or any sort of interaction here, but we don't see anything, so we're going to continue and make Toad. Whatever this is, it is activatable, but they're choosing not to activate it. So once we have Toad on the field, we'll be able to stop any activations we want. Also, since we have Gameciel, we can use the Toad and discard Gameciel. That way we keep Toad on field and can negate again next turn. Now we've negated that, we have Deep Sea Diva. We're not really interested in... We're really interested just pretty much in OTKing if we can. We have the opportunity to try and make a Moulin Glacier here, but instead I go for Hulk of Fibrax and try and make basically a way to pump my entire field so I have more attack points. Because we can do the Hashima combo still, we just have to make Abyss Dweller instead, because we can't search for Toad. We can't summon Toad anymore because Toad's already on field. So Abyss Dweller activate, we'll get a search. We have too many water monsters in the graveyard now to make Moulin Glacier, so we've moved past that line being a possibility. And now we're just making Mistar Boy to get as much power on the field as possible. Forgot about this. So they have like a battle damage effect monster that summons itself when they get dealt damage. So banishing cards from our graveyard, we don't really care about that. We're just gonna destroy this, attack. We still have Toad, but our opponent's conceding. So there you go. Fast win, but against not really a meta deck. So I'll move on to the next one. Just a quick look at the Aroma player's deck list. I'm not familiar with Aroma, so I don't know what a typical Aroma deck would look like, but at least our opponent's running 40 cards. That's sensible. This is probably a budget deck, maybe a new player, since they're running one of the kind of starter cards. Probably a fan of this archetype. Maybe they played it in Duel Links and they want to see how well it does in Master Duel. Anyway, that's their deck. Let's move on to game 2. Alright, so we have Deep Sea Aria, so if we can get a card in our graveyard, we can search for Abyss or Deep Sea Diva. So we're going to use Swap Frog's effect. We're going to banish the card we discarded, the Abyss Pike, so we can get Diva. And now we can do the Diva combo. Since we have a tuner, we don't need to search for Lapis Dragon here. So instead we're going to just search a little bit early and get Moulin Glacier now. This will let us get one free search of a Sea Serpent monster, since we don't need to search for Lapis Dragon. And we are going to do the normal combo and discard from our opponent's hand. But first we're going to make a Toad. So here we go. We're making Bahamut Shark, and then we're going to make Totally Awesome. Get our free search. This is the search where normally we would search for Moulin Glacier, but now we have a bonus, so we're going to search for Megalo. And we'll see what our opponent's plan. Looks like Thunder Dragons. So Thunder Dragons have a lot of effects that discard from the hand. So I'm going to make as many monster negates as possible. We're going to make Appaloosa, and then this time I'm going to give up my battle phase here since I have the possibility of doing it. I'm going to make the Mermail Abyss Glacier. We have a spell negate, and we can discard to pop a face up. So I'm pretty happy with this board, even giving up the battle phase. I think we can probably negate most of their effects, and they won't be left with anything. We wait an extra turn, it won't matter. This doesn't do anything, basically trades. I'm going to negate the Aloof. This will prevent them from sending a card from their deck to the banish zone, which will activate an effect for Thunder Dragons. And that's all they got. So that's a quick game again. This deck at least is more competitive. I've seen Thunder Dragons around before. So we'll take a look at their deck list. Alright, so here's the Thunder Dragon deck. A lot of hand traps in this build. But other than that, looks like they're playing all the core Thunder Dragon cards. Still might be a bit of a budget deck. It's hard to tell with these. He's got a lot of URs, so Forbidden Droplet, the Colossus. Hard to tell. I haven't seen a lot of Thunder Dragons on the ladder. In fact, I think this is only the second time I've played against them. But we went first, so got them pretty handily there. So on to the next game. Okay, so similar to that last game, we do have the ability to make the typical combo. We don't have to search for Mermail Glacia, and we have a Teus in hand, so we can actually extend a little bit further than usual. So what we're going to do here is, because we did a bit of a bait with the Swap Frog to see if they had any hand traps, we didn't see any. We're going to make the Hulk of Fibrax, and we actually have 5 in graveyard now, so we're going to make the Mermail Glacia a bit early and see what they got. Lightning Storm and Protector. So this is a Blue Eyes deck. So Blue Eyes has a lot of spells that search, and they also have effects that activate in the graveyard to summon the Blue Eyes White Dragons from their deck. So we're gonna make Bahamut Shark make Toad. So you obviously want to have Toad on the field. And then we get another search here. We're gonna search for Megalo, but we really are just gonna discard it with. Yeah, we're gonna make Appaloosa. This will negate monster effects. We're gonna discard this, and we're gonna make Dragite, because that'll allow us to negate an additional spell that they have. The Blue Eyes deck plays a lot of spells, so I'm happy to make a second spell negate here, even if I give up the battle phase. Like, as I've been saying, opponents, yeah, we're gonna summon the frog, just because this will let us negate with Toad by sending this Death Toad from the field, so we don't have to give up Abyss Gun and we don't have to give up Toad on the field. This, I don't want to gamble. we could win the flip basically and draw 2 cards, but I'd rather not have them Pot of Greed. Okay, so Raigeki, we're gonna negate that, steal it, and that's all they got. So there you go, quick games. But against Blue Eyes, not a top tier deck, but we'll check out their deck list. Here we go. Got the 3 copies of Blue Eyes, got Whitestone, got Maiden. I don't think Maiden's really played in the tier Blue Eyes list, and I've never seen people play Priestess before. When I played, yeah, this player doesn't have 3 copies of Sage, which I think is mandatory, and they're missing copies of Whitestone. So this player may not have completed their list, or maybe they're just a mad lad. They were playing 44 cards. They do have a single Ash. That's probably the one they got from the bundle. Yeah, I'm guessing this is a player who has, you know, not fully completed their deck. I mean, they're playing Cup of Ace, which half the time it's Pot of Greed. Definitely a fun deck. Not something that's competitive, but that's the sort of thing you'll see when you're playing in ladder. Anyway, those are the games I'm playing today. I did rank up to Gold 3, so we're moving ahead. Anyway, subscribe to the channel if you want to check out my other videos, and have a good day.